Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Samantha Nivens Show. Oh, I'm just loving this, so expansive new name where we can just have whoever we want on and do whatever we want here. So with me today, we have a fabulous guest. This is my friend Melissa Berry, and she has a holistic spa for stressed women and energy healing over in Texas, and really helps women to heal their skin and nervous system. And she is starting a new chapter also to help guide other holistic estheticians to really build their soul led practices. So exciting. Melissa, thank you so much for being here. You're so welcome. Oh my gosh. I love Melissa also because we met in this beautiful program called Brand Alchemy with our coach, Catherine Morrison. She was on the podcast about a month ago. And we've just been friends ever since, really connected. And I love pointing that out too, because I think so many people, when we get into our flows, we're moms, we're working, we're all this, and it's how do you find friends? And it's right here. And in the programs you're in, the spaces you're in, we have become really good friends over the last year. And even though we don't live close to each other, but it's just so possible for that. So I just love that too.
So much, when you're in high school, you have your high school friends, and then you go to work and you have coworkers, and those are your friends. And then when you have your own business, it's where did all my people go?
Yes.
It's nice to be in containers, to be able to meet people, to have those friendships again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I will say too, even from past containers I've been in, well, it's a past one for us now, but so many of them, I still have friends, and that is how I meet them, is a lot of good friends is through that. So shout out to getting yourself in some rooms.
Yes.
Okay, which you have a room coming up we will definitely share about. But first, let's tell the people, tell everybody that was the 2-second bio. Who are you, Melissa, and what are you doing?
So I am an esthetician. I own a spa. We're located in Seabrook, Texas, which is a little bit south of Houston, right on the bay. And I specialize in holistic skincare. So I bring in not just your regular skincare, but also nutrition. We talk about your lifestyle, and I weave the soul back into the beauty industry. I really have this belief that over the last long time, the beauty industry has just kind of sloughed off the soul of what beauty rituals really are. And bringing back all the ancient rituals and getting down into the actual spirit of why you are taking care of yourself and nurturing your beauty. And so I weave that back into my treatment room. So we talk a lot about emotions. We talk about somatic work, and we do breath work during facials, things like that. My spa itself, we have sound baths a couple times a month. We have a somatic workshop coming up. I have a couple massage therapists here. So we really do weave a lot of that holistic flavor into everything that we do.
Oh my gosh, that was so much right there. I was
it's so
no,
it's
was,
so hard to describe myself because I'm I do a lot of stuff.
no, I love it. I love it. I remember even when you shared in the collective, about what you do and the depth of it. And I was just I was drinking it. I was dehydrated from thirst because it was so expansive. It wasn't just I'm an esthetician. Period. I have a spa. It's so much more than that you do and that you're bringing to this world. And we've known each other, but even when I heard you share that, I was oh my gosh, tell me more. What is all of this magic?
Yeah, it actually took me years to be able to say something more than, well, I'm just an esthetician. Even when I was practicing holistic stuff in my treatment room, I would meet people and say, oh, I'm an esthetician. And it was actually my partner, my fiance, who would pipe in and be she is not just an esthetician. She does this, this, and this. And I was I think I need to up my introduction game. So that's definitely something that I've worked on. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's my
Ooh.
Scorpio energy. We can't do anything like shallow. We dive all the way
Mm.
in deep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I kind of want to start there
Okay.
actually before peeling some of those layers because you said it. Like you used to like just be even the way you said it just now for
Yeah.
us like was so like smaller and one dimensional. Like
Hmm.
what allowed you to make how did you make that leap or that the shift to
Yeah.
change into being how you describe yourself now and taking up all that space to say who
Yeah.
you are and what you do? What changed there?
It was the desire to have a successful business that
Mm.
overrode my desire to be small and safe.
Mm. Ugh. Okay, and then tell us, I love that. I love that first and foremost because do you guys hear this? Desire.
Yeah.
Desire. And this is such a feminine quality that we have and that like at the top of it all, you I do want to see if there's some tangible things for people to take away, but like
Yeah.
you didn't say, well, I scheduled out this and I went and got my own facial and then like all of some tangible things can help us, but it all started with desire. Like
Yeah.
that's where the changes you made came from that.
Mhm.
So you have this desire to be successful. So what were some of the literal things that you did to start to embody and step into this higher level version, this successful version of yourself?
Some of the tangible things that I did, it was honestly a lot of going out and meeting people and
Mhm.
just like, I mean, when I first started out, I've been in business now for almost 6 years. But when I first started out, I did like the Chamber of Commerce network thing, and those were soul sucking to me. Like networking, speed networking, meeting people. Oh my gosh, it kills my introverted ways. But I did it. I went out and did it, but it was really finding like my people, really finding like the
Mhm.
people that share the same interests as me, share the same like impacts that they want to make on the world, and who they serve, and meeting those people and getting to know them, doing like events, co co-hosting events with them, and just honestly, it was like one by one, just meeting all these people and making
Mm.
my network just a little bit bigger and finding all these wicked cool women out in the world.
Ooh, okay. I love this. I want to take this even a step further then, because that's a really powerful story in that you started, first of all, you just started and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess I'll go to a chamber and these like local
Hmm.
networking events, but found that wasn't exactly your cup of tea and like your resonance in people.
Hmm.
So you found your people. I'm curious, where did you find your people? Like, I mean, we talked about brand alchemy was one spot, but like, is this like mostly online? Did you reach out like DMing other holistic spa owners directly? Like, give us a taste of like how you found your people.
So it was a bit of a journey, I'll be honest. Like, I found a few people, and like they were excellent businesswomen. Like, don't get me wrong, they were awesome businesswomen, but it was more like the corporate vibe, the corporate type of
Mhm.
women vibe, and I really was like struggling with like you know PTSD from my past corporate life. I did not really want any of that. And so I was really looking for more like spiritual, whole, or soulful
Mhm.
women. And so I kind of actually like stepped back from like quote unquote normal coaching, like um, the big name coaches especially in the beauty industry, because I felt
Mhm.
like it kind of felt all the same to me, and it just did not have the depth that I was looking for. So that's actually when I first met or found out about Catherine. As I was like, okay, I need some branding. I definitely know I need some branding help, and I do not want anybody in the beauty industry. Like I
Mm.
just not that the beauty industry was bad. I just felt like I kept getting um, the same answers over and over from everybody. Like everybody was doing the same thing. So I wanted a different take on it. And I found her, and I took her. It was that first summit that she did. I can't remember what she called it. It was like Business Magic or something like that summit, and that introduced me to a lot of people. And that's actually how first found out about human design. Somebody that was on her summit um, was in another summit was somebody that wrote copywriting, like they did copywriting by human design. And so I actually took her course before I took Catherine's. And so that kind of introduced me into like the world of marketing from a more spiritual place and building a
Mm.
business from a more spiritual place. And then as I started to like move into that, like I started to do that in my own marketing.
Mm.
And, I took like little teeny tiny tentative steps into like making my facials a little bit more soulful and bringing that
Mm.
in. And that just, I feel like that just called in the local people. Like, I had met one of the ladies that worked down the street from me. She had like a CBD store, and she actually found um, a hair salon that was doing a networking event and sent it to me and was like, "Hey, I think you might like this." And so I went there, and that was the first place that I found like local business women that were in that more spiritual place. And so
Mm.
it was just who introductions, and that really like it spider webbed from there, just meeting all those people. So I've kind of built like both online and in person.
Mm. Okay, I love to hear that share because it just really goes to show we've been talking about like connecting and building friendships in my coaching program and with coaching lately. And it's just, I think for everybody, whether you're an entrepreneur in business or you're just a girl looking for your girls, like
Yeah,
that you start and then you keep trying this and then you try that. And like, however, like Catherine ended up in your universe and world, because it's like,
yeah,
and I think it does really start from that desire. You kept fine tuning. I heard you were like fine tuning. You were looking for spiritual, wholesome, soulful women. So like
yeah.
you had this as your like muse.
Hmm.
And so anything other than that got like filtered out. You're like not interested. You didn't see it.
Yeah,
But if there were any tricklings of that, like you received it and you explored it, and then that led to this, and then led to that, and it's like, lo and behold, you actually have local people
yeah,
and online people. So I just
yeah,
love that because it's like, I think a lot of times we think we're so limited and we're like, nobody's like me and nobody's gonna like, there's not enough clients here, there's not enough friends here. And it's like, we just like took those barriers down. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I absolutely did that. I crossed my arms and sat there and was like, I can't find anybody like this. There's nobody out there. I don't understand. Why can't I have any friends kind of thing. And, and it really wasn't until like I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to be what I want. I can't find what I want, so I'm going to be what I want.
mm,
And literally, as soon as I started doing that, like it started coming in. But it did take me years to be able to like shed off um, the the desire to not
mm,
um, be seen in that weird way, because I couldn't find anybody like me,
yeah.
which made me feel like, okay, nobody's gonna like me if I act like this, if I do these kinds of things, if I market in this way, and I'm gonna scare everybody off and be too much. But it wasn't until I started doing that, until I started me, and I'm telling you, like I have so many women in my circle now, and it it they were exactly what I'm looking for, and they were there. It's not like they didn't exist. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
yeah,
Ooh, I love that too, because what you said there too, like by finding your people, that is kind of where we started to take this was like what allowed you your desire for success and
hmm,
like what allowed you to step into this new, more bold speaking up, like, hey, this is who I am, what I do unapologetically
right,
was the desire, then finding your people and then finding your people expanded you to be like, oh, this is like the way instead
yeah,
of, oh, I don't know if I can say this or I should do
yeah,
this. You're like, oh, I'm
yeah,
actually a bitch and this is the way.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was just like, well, I'm not out here like actively trying to harm people or make people feel bad. I'm literally doing the exact opposite. I want to make women feel empowered and beautiful and step into their confidence. So if it's that that's not the way that they want to do that, like that my path doesn't resonate with them, then they'll find another path, and that's cool. But if I'm doing a disservice to the people who do want to use the same path that I'm teaching by not telling them I have this path,
Ooh, okay, that's beautiful, because I want to get into that then, like your path, like what you do specifically to help empower women
Yeah.
that's different than the everyday esthetician or facial out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you kind of shared in a like broad overview of that, of like, I would love to hear, like, maybe we pick it apart a little bit, but like
Yeah.
when you said like weaving like the soul back into the beauty industry and like beauty
Yeah.
rituals, that really like called to me and just felt like, oh, like so juicy and so at home.
Yeah.
What does that mean or look like? What
Yeah.
are, yeah, I would love to hear that.
So I'll start out with what ritual means to me. And
Mm,
this was like one of the pivotal changes in my business too, is I was really scared to use the word ritual, but I didn't want to use routine because that was just like, it didn't encompass enough. It wasn't deep enough.
mm,
And I was just like Googling and stuff, and I found this definition of ritual that is a set of habits that changes your mindset. And I was like, that's what I'm going for. It's not
mm,
necessarily religious. It's, we are, when we start out in the morning and we cleanse our skin and we do our serum and we moisturize. Like, I had so many women that were coming into me and they were like doing their routines with anger for
mm,
themselves or with shame for themselves. And I was just like, that's not what I'm about here, people. So
yeah.
I really wanted to create like an actual tangible thing where we're cleansing, we're just releasing what's not ours, we're just letting go, and we're giving that weight off. And we're putting in nourishment for our skins because our skin
Mm,
deserves it. Our face deserves this. Our whole body deserves nourishment.
mm,
And it's not something we're doing because something's wrong with us or we're bad. And this product is supposed to fix it.
mm,
We'll be a better person if we put this on our face. That's not what it's about. It's more about just taking care of your body and having the self worth and the self value of, I deserve to be taken care of.
mm.
And so that's why I really started leaning towards this ritual. And then as I did that, I was incorporating like breath work. I can teach women how to do different breath for releasing that anxiety of the day or the overwhelm of the day and letting that out, or shaking, or different stretches to open up different chakras and whatnot, and really like delving into using these beauty routines and really elevating them to the level of being able to take care of yourself physically and spiritually.
Ooh, okay. I love that. That is so wholesome. Like
Yeah.
so whole person and body there.
Yeah.
Um, and I love that. I love the shift in the name. You've seen me lately, like with words. I am really
Mhm.
like on top of like words matter. And
Yeah,
like
they have so much power.
they do. And that resonance, like even when you were saying it, ritual already felt like home in my body and felt good, versus routine felt like, ugh,
I gotta
okay,
do this.
I
Yeah.
gotta do this, another thing to do. Like,
Mhm.
okay, so I'm curious then. I'm curious, like, say, so somebody comes to you and they're getting this beautiful, like, facial then, and all of this wholesomeness and somatic practices even that you're doing with them. So if we could take this into somebody's home right now, like if they were going to start a beauty ritual for themselves, they're hearing this, they're like, oh my God, yes, I don't want to do a routine or fix myself. I want my own beauty ritual. What would you say, or what, if you want to share like one of the exercises or a few of them, or like practices for someone to be able to start their beauty routine like
Yeah.
tomorrow at home?
Yeah. So one of the just a basic routine. You start out with like a cleanser and a moisturizer, like super super basic. And in the morning time, you're waking up, you're cleansing your skin, and really thinking about what you want to put on for the day. So just
Mm.
release like anything that happened yesterday, anything that you don't want anymore. When we cleanse, we very gently, like just literally rub that off your face and really
Mm.
just truly think about the intention of what you're doing. And then with your moisturizer, you're thinking about your day and what you want to put on. You're putting on, that nourishment for your skin. Do you need extra courage today? And where are you pulling that from? Do you need some extra just self love today? Today might be difficult, and I want to make sure that we have compassion for myself today. Um, and really just, looking yourself in the mirror and recognizing you as a human being. One of the things I changed was like making sure that I literally am looking myself in the eyeballs when
Mm.
I'm putting on, my skincare, when I'm putting on my makeup. And I was surprised at how quickly my attitude changed from, trying to find the little things that were wrong with me that I don't really like about me to really starting to be like, man, I look pretty today. Like, I just look pretty. My eyes look really nice today. Like, and I was surprised, like, it was within a week when I really
Mm.
intentionally was looking at myself that my attitude towards myself changed of like, just nitpicking to more of just like, actually, I look pretty good. you know?
Mm. Ooh,
So
okay.
a lot of it, like, yeah, that biggest change in your routine that you can do is just being very aware and careful of the intention that you have while you're doing it.
Ooh. Okay, I love that. That's like the piece that feels like would be missing is like normally like I'm just thinking like listen, we're life is 50-50 here. So it's like sometimes I am like I have the time in the morning, I make the time in the morning to like, you know, cleanse and put on my moisturizer before even the boys get up maybe. Versus
Yeah.
there are some times that I'm like, damn, do I have anything under my eye? Okay, we're rushing out the door. Like, cool.
yeah.
Um and but either way though, I haven't even necessarily been like intentional about I'm cleansing it. It's more like I'm just doing it. I'm
Right.
cleansing and I'm moisturizing and I'm moving on
Right.
or I'm doing my makeup. So I really love it's like what are we thinking about
Yeah.
and releasing and letting go. And oh my gosh, if you did that every morning and released something
Yeah.
versus like carrying it on you and then putting that intention of what you want,
Yep.
that feels super powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had women come in and I had a conversation with I have a friend who's a health coach and she was talking a little bit about how she had several clients that she was kind of frustrated with and because they weren't doing what she told them to do essentially.
Mhm.
And I was like, I that happens too with me, but I really like it comes from a self-worth thing. And the more I thought about it, the more I was just like, oh, it hurt my heart that these amazing women that walk into my room do not have enough self worth to give themselves like 5 minutes a day. Like
Mhm.
there's so much on their plate. They have so much in their minds that they're just like, I just cannot give this much time to myself. There's so many bigger priorities. And so I really like that was a big thing that I wanted to work with women is getting that mindset shift from like I have so much more on my plate that I can't possibly wash my face twice a day to being like, no, dude, this is my 2 minutes. It's in my bathroom, the door is closed. This is my 2 minutes to take care of my face. And I have little tips and tricks that I'll go with them because you have to work with people's lives. People still have lives, you know. You still have kids. But like, at the end of the day, when you take your bra off, go wash your face. Don't wait till the end of
Mhm.
the day. When you're done with your day and you've taken your bra off, it's not going back on. Go wash your but
Oh,
just little things like that to make it easier for you and work into your life, so you don't have that guilt and shame of like, oh, I didn't wash my face again, because I am not here to make people feel bad about what they did or did not do. We have a non-judgment zone here.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. We're in the zone.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that invitation too, of really like you helping like open the door for all of us to be like more of this worth, like how can we take up some more space and time for ourselves? And it
Yeah.
really doesn't take as long as we think. And there's
Yeah.
ways to do it. Because even when you said that, it's funny. I was like, morning time, not as bad because I just like I've washed my face usually the night before. So
Mhm.
it's just like splash splash and put on the moisturizer. But at night is I'm a morning person too. So morning's fine, but at night I'm like starting to like dive down at like 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
And then if I have
Yeah.
my boys, I'm like getting them showered up and doing all that. So then so many times come 9 o'clock once they're like actually in bed and I'm like,
You're
oh,
exhausted. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, okay, I love that tip. I was like, are there any more tips, tools that you can share, whether it's for morning or evening, but just for women? I love the bra off. That's like wash
Yeah.
your face. Like we do not have to
Yeah.
wait until 8 or 9 o'clock.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
anything else that helps us to take up that space in this time for ourselves?
The other thing, I mean, habit stacking, that kind of thing is always a really good tip that's worked well for me. So usually I'll say, most people are very good at brushing their teeth twice a day. So just put in that you're washing your face and putting on moisturizer or whatever that you're doing before you brush your teeth. Like just honestly put your toothpaste and your skincare together in the same spot and do that before, so you have that habit stacking of being able to do it. That is just a way to integrate it into your life a little bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah, than not waiting till you're exhausted. At the end of the day, absolutely, it makes it much easier too.
I love that. I love that. That is actually one thing too. I started to notice when the boys were like kind of getting their wiggles out before shower bath time. I don't know what I was like, oh, I could actually wash my face here and be totally unbothered because they're just playing, doing their thing.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think it was because it was like 7 o'clock or 6:30, and I was like, this is not the end of the night,
Right. Right. Yeah.
which is ridiculous because like maybe we would go for a walk or outside, but probably not at that point.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so good. I'm something else is just coming up for me here, and I'm curious, like if this makes a big difference to you or not. I kind of feel like because like when you go in for a facial or a treatment and you're in your beautiful spa, like there's good smells, there's good
Mhm.
lighting, there's like maybe some music. And that to me, when I think of like ritual and something I started to do was like I have some candles that like honestly sometimes I just turn off the lights and I like shower even with just the candle and I started to turn on like soft music. I love Christmas music and it always
Yeah.
puts me at ease. So like, but I put on some soft music, I put on the candle, and sometimes that helps me to like sink into like, oh, like slow down, be intentional. Would you say like is that something also you recommend for like doing at home or in general, like some practices like that?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's like kind of what I teach in that course is the different steps that will change your mindset. Um,
Mm,
so things like lighting candles, the sensory things, the smells, the sounds that you're hearing, what you're seeing, um, that kind of like, do you have like a special fuzzy slippers that you put on at the end of the night or something, or your robe or something that makes you feel comfortable if that's the feeling that you're going for. Um, absolutely, sensory things are a
mm,
really big trigger to your brain. You're changing your environment.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, amazing. Those are some other great ideas too. I love that.
yeah,
Slippers, robe, or if it's just like your comfy jammies that like
hmm,
trigger that are for
yep,
you. Okay, amazing. I'm kind of curious then. You talked about some of these somatic practices.
hmm,
So, like breath work, you said shaking, even opening
yeah,
chakras. I think there's another one or two.
yeah,
Can you share? maybe one or two of those. Well, in general, like, are these things that you obviously do there, but then we could do anytime to
Yeah.
like help ground? And then could you share one or two of those?
Yeah. So some of the like I purposely put in like ritual steps to my facials. So, for example, like when you come in, we'll talk about your skin and like, okay, what do you want to work on today? Um, and then I have like they're actually right here.
Yeah.
They're words on cards that have different pictures to them. So there's like beauty and let me see them that's
Line.
aligned. So I have you, Joy, pick a word. So what do you want to take with you today?
Mm.
And we will design like the somatic kind of ritual part around that word. Each word actually like corresponds to a chakra. So clients don't know that, I don't tell them that. But
Yeah.
if you pick joy, we're working on your heart. So when we go through the facial, like your aromatherapy, like when I do your hand massage, I'm going to put aromatherapy that corresponds to your heart chakra. And then when we do like your breath work, I'll have you breathe in some of that, and I'll choose a different like if you are feeling like really anxious, I might have you do like a box breath with me at the end, and then I also give you a mantra. So, for example, like joy would be, I allow joy to rise fully and freely within me at all times. And so
Mm.
that's things that they can take with them to then use at home. Like I've even had clients that'll text me on the way home, what was my mantra? I can't remember. And I'll tell them, and that'll give them for the next few days because that's the emotions that they're going through right then. So yeah, absolutely. You can definitely do breath work while you're working at home. Um,
Mhm.
there's like the box breath definitely makes you feel grounded. I like to use the extended exhale too, where you're breathing in for like 4 and then breathing out for 6, since that signals to your brain we're in safety now. Because
Mm.
when you're in flight or fight, you're breathing in more to get that oxygen. So when you're breathing out more than you're breathing in, that signals to your brain, okay, we're out of danger. And so
Mm.
it'll help calm your system down.
Ooh, and so is that just for anybody who's not familiar, like
Yeah.
the box breath or like the 4 breaths in, 6 breaths out, or if it's 4 by 4,
Yeah.
that's simply inhaling
Yeah.
4 breath and then 4 holding it for 4 exhaling, or can you walk us through that?
Yeah. You inhale for 4, you hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, rest for 4. And so
Okay.
just have that little box. Yeah. But that helps ground your system quite a bit. So if you're feeling, that anxiety, that flighty kind of feelings, that's a really good breath to do to help bring you back.
Ooh, okay. So good and so tangible
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you've said course now a couple times, and we've been like
Yeah.
pulling out like the
Yeah.
experience of being there with you. I'm like feeling it so tangibly. I'm like, oh my God, I like want to get in there. And you're giving us so many tools for anybody to do at home. And so this course, tell us about the course. These are things that are
Yeah.
in the course that anybody will be able to get, and actually like really like you're walking them through all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So I created this just to help like my clients more. I noticed when I had like my real in depth, like the first time I meet somebody, we'll have a much more in depth consultation, and so I go through like an herbalist kind of consultation. And one of the questions that I ask is, okay, so when you're talking to me about your skin, you're telling me what you want changed in it, all these things that we're talking about. What kind of emotions come up in you? Like, what do you feel when you're talking about this? And I had so many women that when they stopped to actually think about, okay, what am I feeling? They would cry because they had so much shame or they had so much frustration or they just did not feel good about themselves. And so what I started to realize is these women are not coming into me because they have a breakout or a wrinkle or this. They're coming into me because they desperately want to feel better about themselves.
Mm.
And so on one hand, yes, we work on your skin because it needs some more nurturing, something like it's not functioning the way that it should be functioning. It's not regenerating properly or we have inflammation or whatever is going on. But we also need to address the actual emotional and energetic underlying that is causing, the feelings of shame about a wrinkle or about a breakout. And so I really started to research building confidence, building self-worth, self-value. And I stumbled upon um, like how human design talks about building confidence. And for the longest time, I really thought like confidence was, that kind of like discipline of you just believe in yourself, you say the mantras, you keep doing it, and you will become confident. And first of all, it didn't really work very well for me. But when I learned through human design, confidence comes from your heart center. And it's not about your identity, which is like your G center. It's not about who you think you are. It's about loving yourself. It
Mm.
is about understanding your value, accepting your value, and loving yourself. And so when I dug into it more, like the undefined heart, and for those that don't know human design, like human design is a great big topic. It's a huge topic. But you either have a defined heart or undefined heart. And those two build confidence differently. So,
Mm.
like 30% of people have a defined heart, which I have, and we have consistent access to our value and our self worth. Like,
Mm.
we have it within us, we can reach it when we want to. We just have to figure out how to do that. But for 70% of the population, you do not have access to that. Like, it comes from the environment, it comes from outside you. So all the time that we keep telling people, like confidence is inside you, you just have to find it. For 70% of people, it's not true. Like,
Mm.
they have to strategically build that on the outside of them. And so as I learned about this, I was like, okay, so now I know how these different people create confidence. It's a skill, we build it. And I can weave using the beauty rituals and create these, these rituals, like full on rituals of like several steps, not just one little step, into creating the actual confidence and self worth that these people are looking for when they come to see me. So
Mm.
that's what the course is all about. It's like a DIY. It has like a library of all of these things that will work for you, whether you're defined or undesigned. And you can build your own rituals.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That is so powerful. And you just walking us through that story of like, that's what we're coming in for. It's like that's what everyone's
Yeah,
coming in for. It's like, yes, okay, maybe we fix a little tangibly, but like
right.
there's more beneath that. That emotional and energetic factor is
Yeah,
really what it is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's that. So within, so without, or so we're working on the outside and we're also working on the inside. So we're tackling it from both sides,
Yeah.
and that just makes it so much more effective and a long-term solution to what we're doing. So when we have that confidence, we can then come in when something is like disrupting our skin. We can come in and say, like, I don't know what's going on with here, but it's not hitting our self-worth. We
Yeah.
can work on like whatever's going on with our skin, but it's not our value.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I'm even curious. I feel like the difference here would be like the results maybe you see in the end. I'm curious if like you've felt this with your clients where it's like if somebody if is doing this inner work
Mm-hmm.
with the outer work, but mostly like really foundationally this inner work, I could see how that would actually produce more results on the outward the actual skin.
Yeah.
I think for several reasons. One, because I really believe like our energy and how we feel and think about ourselves is what we literally create. So if we're
Mm-hmm.
saying better things to ourselves, like, I love myself, I love my skin, I take really good care of blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
then we literally produce different results
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's kind of like with weightlifting. Like when I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm strong AF and I have a big, thick booty and I'm like thinking all these things, like that's what I'm
Yeah.
creating. Do
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that you've heard the studies of like the plants that were talked to negatively versus the plants that were talked to positively, and the vast difference in how healthy they are, and that's the only thing that's different. And then I think there's studies of like um, the ice freezing and how the different shapes that it makes, whether you're talking to it one way or another. we are not different. Like humans are not different. We still energy affects us the same. But yeah, absolutely. Like I've had women that come in for me. Stress is a big thing, and stress is just like emotion stuck in your body. That's what stress is. We haven't released it. And I have one in particular lady that works a really high responsibility job. And I mean, she was working like 60, 70 hours a week. And this coming in for a facial was like her first step into, okay, I'm going to take care of myself. Once a month, I'm taking one whole stinking hour and I'm going to take care of myself. And how that led into her starting to do her skincare routine and taking that time for herself. And then, I mean, it cascaded into her getting a totally new job that now she only works 50 hours a week and she looks like 20 years younger. And when we started, like, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. And it was just that releasing that stress and starting to create those boundaries of, no, I'm no longer going to allow this in my life. But it started with a facial.
Okay, how fun is that, you guys?
Yeah.
This was just a facial, seriously. I'm in. Okay, I'm curious, just like one last thing from that, like this kind of line we've been talking through is, because I'm sure this is some in the course, and we like, is there like a thought or two, I call them like intentional thoughts or mantra, that you could share that you feel like really commonly resonate with some of your clients or yourself? Like, is there one or two, and it could be like so simple and cliche if it is, but like, is there a handful of those you could toss out for everyone to just grab and start to like incorporate today?
I can tell you some, like a couple of my favorites. One of my favorites is I am grounded, capable, and resilient. That's always a really good one. I like to share that one with my clients a lot. Another one, let's see. What are some of the ones? Like all fly out of my head as soon as you ask me to say them. Um, let's see.
I know, I put you on the spot.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you put me on the spot, and now I can't. I'm like, my paper's right over there. I should grab it. One of them is, I see all the beauty in the world within me and around me. So all the beauty in the world within me and around me.
Ooh. Okay. I love those. Yeah. So good. Is there another one that just came to you, or?
No, I was just on my products. So I have my own product line, but it's such an important thing to me that each product has a mantra on it. So like when my eye serums talk about you seeing the beauty in yourself, or my cleansers talk about how you're releasing what doesn't belong to you. My serums talk about how like I deserve this time to nourish my body. So yeah, intention.
Yes. Ooh, okay. I love those. Those are great. Okay, and I did not know you actually had your own like line of products.
Yeah.
So, fabulous. We can definitely like link for that too.
Yeah, nerd out on all my plant knowledge.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I love this. Okay, and now this is perfect too, because I would love to share kind of this last little bit of time here. So you've been doing the holistic esthetician, you've been giving the facials, you've had your spa, where now you're releasing this course into the world to like expand, your resonance. And you're also creating your own product line. Like you guys, this is so powerful, because we were just talking about this actually on our collective conversations earlier, was how multidimensional we are as women and all the things we can do. And she's a mama, like Beyonce, married, like all of the things, right?
Yeah.
And so tell us the most. So now you're actually opening another door. Do you guys see this? All the doors are open. Don't ever limit yourself. Okay. Open all your doors. So you are now starting to open a new door for yourself to help teach other holistic estheticians, or just estheticians that maybe they're not holistic, but they're feeling something. They want that. They just don't have a leader to lead them. So I would like tell us about that, and tell us even what's opened this door for you so women can also see, like, instead of being like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
You're like, this is how you open a new door, my ladies.
Yeah. Let's talk about my anger at the beauty industry, because that's really what started it, is my frustration at being in an industry that, for the most part, not that every single person in the beauty industry does this, but for the majority of the extensively large beauty industry preys upon the insecurities in women.
Mm.
And I am not down with that. So I really want to have a movement in the industry where we move away from that type of marketing. That's how we build our businesses. I want to move into a more a less fear-based business, because let's be honest, like that attitude comes from fear, not only like women buying into it because they fear they're not good enough, but estheticians and everybody that functions in the beauty industry, it's based on the fear that they won't come see me anymore if there's not something wrong with them. Like, I won't be able to have a business if people don't think that there's something wrong with them. And that is wholeheartedly untrue. Like, we can absolutely build our businesses around truly empowering women and making them understand their worth, instead of like preying on just absolute insecurities. I was at an event and I was doing just like skin analysis. So I was sitting there, and a few booths down from me, this is what started it. There was a couple of women from a med spa, and a woman came up to them and was asking about like the the quality of her skin, and she was saying that she felt like she was looking older than she should look. And I saw them like literally tear this poor woman apart.
Mm.
And I was just like appalled at being lumped in the same group as that.
Yeah.
And I saw that woman walk away with her head down and her shoulders slumped. And I was just like, we got to do something about this. There's a better way. This is not how we make a society of amazing, beautiful, empowered women. And so from like that, I really dug into, okay, how can I teach other estheticians how to do this and how to make their businesses, when a woman walks into their room, they leave feeling like a freaking badass. And that's why I started creating it.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that whole story, because it's good to see that, like, that it can come from anger. Like, our changes we want to make in the world can come from anger. They could come from just an idea, like, of our intuition, like of a gap in something. There's so many different ways it could come. So to, like, you tapped into that and you saw that, you felt that, and were like, okay, I will be the one to do this.
Yeah, we were bringing the spirit and the soul back into what we do in the beauty industry. That has got to come back.
So if somebody is listening, or they know someone, or they're like vibing with what you're saying there, what's the next steps to like tap into that for you? Like, what's to come, or what is available right now for them to be able to, like, I'm interested, like, I want to be a part of this movement.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the local area, come in and see me. But if you're not in the local area, I do have like online classes. So like I have the Confidence by Design. I also have a gua sha class that I teach how you do gua sha at home for your skin. I have online products that you can purchase and get mailed to you. If you are an esthetician looking for more information on how to be a holistic esthetician, because it's difficult. There's not really very many centralized places that teach you how to do things holistically. You can definitely hit me up on Instagram, and I will get you on my wait list for when that school opens. And I'll happily give you all the information of what I plan on doing for it.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay, I have one more question, but since we're on this topic of like sharing the things, so tell everybody what's your Instagram, where they can find you. And then also tell us about the summit coming up, because you have
Oh
this
yeah,
summit coming up. Don't know if this will be aired by the time you do the summit or not, but
yeah,
either way, there's probably going to be a recording of it. And so let
yeah,
us know. Tell us about the summit.
yeah. So my Instagram is radiance_sanctuary, and on Facebook I am the_radiance_healer, and my website is radiancehealers.com. The summit is on the 18th, Saturday the 18th. Hopefully I'm not getting that date wrong. And yes, it's being recorded. It's The title of it is To Be the Catalyst.
Mm,
So we have different women speaking on how you literally just step into your badass self. So, like, I'm teaching about how to use your human design to build confidence. We have Amy Turner is the host of it, so she's giving a keynote on transitioning through change
mm,
and supporting yourself through that. We have, I'm trying to remember what the other ladies are speaking of. I know that Abby is teaching a little bit of somatic work as well. So it's about like a 2 hour long, and then each of us speak for about 15-20 minutes on a different topic. And if you attend that, if you listen to it in time, then it's a totally free summit. And I'm giving everyone that attends that summit my Confidence by Design mini course for free.
so
So
good.
you get a choice of taking the mini course for free, or if you want like the rituals done for you a little bit more in depth. So we'll go over your authority and the emotion that you will feel when you're not working in your authority, as well as how to build that confidence. Um, you get 50% off of one of those one-on-one sessions. So either
Amazing.
way, up to you.
So good. Okay, I love it. So many different places to connect
Yeah.
and to join in on the movement and like get so many good tools. Um, okay, so to finish off here, I just like to open it up and ask, like, is there anything I didn't ask specifically that's coming up for you that you just want to share? Whether it's whatever comes to you. Is there anything at all that I didn't ask that we didn't talk about already that you want to share?
So the reason I do what I do is because I have this vision
Mm,
of how the world would be if women ran their lives from that empowered, confident place where you were secure in your self worth and your self value. And I imagine like what it would be like if women walked into boardrooms like that. If
mm,
women like did job interviews like that. Women, that statistic of women won't apply for a job unless they're almost 100% qualified for it, whereas a man will apply for a job if they're like 80% qualified for it. And can you imagine if women raised their children like that?
mm,
If all of a sudden this generation were started raising their children like that, what the children would be like when they grew up.
mm.
And so that is the reason that like the driving power behind what I do is what I could see the world being like if
Mm,
that was how it was.
mm. Oh my gosh, I love that, Melissa. I love just speaking that into existence, into the
Mm-hmm.
world here, like,
Yeah.
and calling that out, because then that calls us all in to be
Yeah.
like, okay, ladies, like, could you imagine this world? And it could like
Yeah.
literally start with like you doing your beauty like ritual in the
Right.
morning and evening and
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
change
Just
your
teeny
life.
tiny little steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny little steps. And like us taking radical responsibility for how we present ourselves in the world.
Hmm.
Not waiting for other people to give us permission, not waiting for other people to roll out the red carpet so we can do it, but just literally standing in our own power and be ourselves with confidence.
Oh my gosh, I am like visualizing right now, like hearing you speak about this, and like, I'm on my like womanhood era and feminine
Yes.
era right now. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm just like I'm like hearing you say that. I was just seeing all of us women like in a room together, in a space together, really expansive space, and just like the radiance that like comes through when we
Yeah.
are aligned like that, when we are in our power, like holy shit.
Right.
It's powerful. Oh my
Right.
gosh. So you guys heard it here and now. Um, there is a movement going on. There is a mission happening here. Let's all get on this mission and movement. Find and follow Melissa, check out the summit, get the course, and DM us. Like DM her and let
Yeah.
her know what you took away from this. DM me, like
Please
DM us
do.
both. Like we want to hear what you're loving, what you're taking away, what changes
Yeah.
you made. That's
Yeah.
helpful to carry through with the vision.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa, thank
Absolutely.
you so much for being here and sharing all of this goodness. I cannot wait for everyone to connect with you.
Thank you. I really appreciate. I'm so grateful that you gave me the opportunity to speak about this, and I'm so blessed to be able to reach out and touch people through this.
Oh, so good. You're so welcome.
So,